Oh, quick review. Found something today. Couldn't resist. Picked it up. Quick review. Jumping the gun. This is not a knockoff. Here we go. Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, Warrior Class, Thunderhoof. He is blue, but for some reason this lighting is kind of making him seem... You know what? Every time I moan about the lighting and the colouring, whenever I watch these back, they look okay. So he's the classic Thunderhoof blue. There's more black moulded plastic than I think there should be. I think a lot of this should be blue and then just painted black. Or even if they'd painted this, it would probably have scraped off. But, you know, window painted. You know, it could have done, the Takara version is going to be amazing, basically. But yeah, this I'll tell you the story first, just because I can. I had to get up early to be somewhere, and while I was at it, I ended up in my local Asda. I thought, go on, we'll have a look. And on the top shelf, they had the a newer wave. Yeah, these guys. But I couldn't reach it because I'm not amazingly tall. But still, this is like not like actual. This is like the storage shelf above, not the actual shoppable things. So I had to go and find some woman who worked there, who had a set of stairs with her, get her to come round, and I was like, oh, you know, hi, can you just help me, because the new ones are on the top. Oh, they're not new ones, they're the same as the ones on the shelf. It's like, well, no, because they're new, they're new ones. No, look, barcode scan, they're exactly the same thing. I'm like, yeah, but... I had to try and explain that they get released in waves to this woman who had no interest whatsoever. She was just trying to be argumentative, like I was trying to say she hadn't done her job by filling the shelf. And yeah, I was like, well, you know, they release them in different things, blah, blah, blah. She goes, oh, well, I wouldn't know about that sort of thing. Then why argue with me? But yeah, so anyway, let's get back to the figure. Apart from the plastic and, you know, the slightly strange colours, it's quite good. It's got the thing there. The forks actually raise. It's quite good. They will swivel, but it's very stiff. Yeah, he looks quite good. And to be fair, not a lot is given away from underneath. So he's actually, well, apart from that, but, you know. So he's actually quite cool. We like that. We like that a lot. And before we get into reviewing him, basically I went there, I bought that, I went somewhere else, and after a little while I basically buckled and I went back. And I got this one too. So this is same line, blah blah blah, and this is Quillfire, who I didn't think I wanted, but then I remembered he was like the only one sitting on the, you know, he was still on the top and all the rest of it, and I could just about reach him personally, and I thought, you know what, I'm having that one. So I went back and I got him as well. So yeah, my Decepticons have just increased greatly, but yeah, they're quite nice little guys. We'll start the way we went, so we'll start with Thunderhoof. Thunderhoof being like a Cybertron Decepticon gangster. He's actually quite cool. He's got that sort of like a Goodfellas kind of vibe. And although I hate films like that, I quite like him because he's different. He's actually got a personality. He's not just a bad guy for the sake of it. And he's a tractor. Why is there a Decepticon tractor? I mean, the only other one I've got is this is the Legion class version. And yeah, he's better. He's just better. Because apart from anything, this has got fake horns, which is blasphemy. But transformation. Here we go. So if we get a hold of this piece with the smokestacks and pull it back, okay, and you kind of untab it from this piece here. There you go, and just get it sort of out of the way for now. And do the same that side. Untab it, get out of the way. Now this piece actually pegs in underneath. This is the weapon, and it does store underneath, and I kind of jumped the gun getting it out, but and now it's going to be a pain to get out. There we go. And what a weapon that is. Look at that. That's awesome. I really like the look of that. This is really good. Really good. I'll put that down for a minute. So you've got that, and you end up with this sort of mess. And you basically get the wheels and pull them underneath. They tab in, but not amazingly well, so you can just pull them out. And that is this whole piece, which has what is, if you can see, that's the hip section. So you've got to pull this whole thing out. And I think you don't push it all the way. You get to about there, and then turn it around. So if you push it all the way, it catches and it won't actually turn. So be careful with that one. Then you get this piece here, which is that, and you bring it forward. It is two separate pieces. You can do it separately, but you do that. And then you just get this whole piece, which is on a double hinge, fold over the top, and it just about tabs into place there in that little slot. Just about tabs in. Bring these pieces up, and they do tab in just about. Tab in. Fiddle with the arms. They're not amazing. I'm not 100% sure when they're right, but And then fold out the hands. Fold out the hands. And then you turn this whole piece around, which is quite stiff, to be honest with you. Turn this around. Bring this piece as far back as you can, which starts to interfere with the shoulders. And you actually pivot it up and back slightly. And you end up with that once you split the legs, obviously. And let's just bring the camera up a little bit. And you end up with that. And he's got like little cloven hoof feet for Thunderhoof. And yeah, he's quite a nice guy. There's not a lot of kibble. His legs are quite hollow. That's one thing I'm slightly worried about. But it still kind of works. And yeah, he's quite cool. I mean, again, I think a lot of this should have been blue. And, but he works. Yeah, ball joint, swivel, ball joint, swivel. They're all there. And you've even got... The only thing is like the knee is all the way up here. But you have got that. Is that ankle? Would you call that ankle? I don't know. But the legs are slightly different, weird proportions, but they kind of work because he's kind of like goat-ish. Comes with the gun, which I'll just quickly show. You can peg into that screw hole there. It looks a bit silly, but weapon storage. Weapon storage is always good. But considering this gun is just awesome, we're going to stick it in his hand. And there you go. That's one badass Decepticon gangster. He's cool, we like that. I'm guessing that's, I don't know what kind of gun that is. Tell me in the comments. Shit, right. But yeah, he's quite cool. We actually like that. We like that a lot. I'll quickly do the Legion class, just for the sake of doing it, really. Undo the arms, untab, untab. Bring the... This one hip likes to shoot off, always has. Split the legs, bring it forward, straighten them out. Fold that back out the way. Yeah, he's just better. So, you go out of the way, little dude. So, he's good. We like that. I mean, the colours are a little bit funky. I think, is the head supposed to be black or is it supposed to be blue? I can't remember. I haven't actually looked it up, but, But he's good. We like that. We like that a lot. And we'll get on to Quillfire, who, again, yeah, he's still kind of good. You know what? We'll do it for fun. You can lift up the bonnet, or as the Americans would call it, hood. Bring that up, and you push this whole piece out, and drop it down. And he's got his head pointing out the front of the car, which is always funny. I'm not sure if he does this in one of the episodes. And he can with his mouth and go, I'm a terrapin. Even though he's porcupine, I believe, but still. So yeah. Where am I going? You know what? I like to do this because I've got nails and I can. If you separate that, you can fold it up out of the way. And then you can split this and split this. It all just about tabs together. It's more finicky to get it into vehicle mode than it is to get it out. But it's all sort of tabs together. you bring this off there. The actual holes for this hinge, the bonnet hinge, those little divots, there's tiny little nubbins on the inside of this windscreen. There. Tiny little ones there. They actually connect into these, and they're a little bit awkward to make sure they're perfectly in, otherwise it sticks out slightly and it doesn't look transformed properly. So that's a little bit of a fiddle, but you know, you can do it. And then you get this out of the way, bring this whole thing up, and again, double hinge, it goes in, and it stays in, make sure it's in, yeah, that's in, fine. Because you can get it to like that, but that's not in properly because you can see the gap. You gotta actually push and it's in better. Okay. These kind of tab on the inside of the arm there, just about see. I'm kind of rushing these. It's because I've got two figures at once and I'm a bit sort of, I don't know. For some reason I'm rushing these. Even I can tell that, so sorry kids. So, you know, untab. These are quite straightforward arms. So, yeah, come here. Fold down. Come here, you. Fold out the hand. There we go. And then, stay there, you. Straighten the leg out. Turn the waist around. Fold these all the way around to be the feet. And before you separate it, because you know you can do it afterwards, but in there, weapon storage. And then you just kind of fold this up and shove it into the gap there. Okay? And again, yes, put weapon storage. It doesn't look very good because there's not really a... Would you do it like that? There's not a good way to do it really, but you can store it. And that's kind of cool little one as well. It's got the spikes on the top, so it's definitely his. Quite a cool little thing. Oh, it's even got... you won't be able to pick this out, but just there, in the show, he goes around carving a little mark. It's actually carved into the gun there. That tiny little marking you can't quite work out where my finger is there. It's actually carved into the gun on both sides. That's cool. We like that. I'll put that there for 1 minute. And there he is. The little podge that he is. And, I don't know, bend the knees a bit, making him look a bit more hunched rather than just weirdly proportioned. There he is. That's what he's like in the show, though. Oh, sorry. One last thing. There's these little cut-out groove things in there that you can just about see. You just bring these shoulders up into them. They don't stay there, but, you know, you just sort of sit on there. And that's what he looks like. And he's actually surprisingly stable. They both are, to be honest with you. And, yeah, he's a little podge. He's got these little quills sticking out the back. Speaking of which, see this big, massive, obvious middle one? That comes out, and he can hold it as a weapon. Like a little dagger. Because why not? Is he supposed to? No, he's not supposed to go like that. He is supposed to go like that. The head, it doesn't seem to have anywhere it actually pegs in, the head. So I'm not sure exactly where he's supposed to sit, but that seems about right to me. So, you know. And we'll also give him his gun, because why not? Yeah, I mean, you can get the arms up. Again, there's hinge, ball joint in the back there. You can bring him out a bit more. You can fiddle with all this. You can get quite a bit out of him. He's not bad. Stumpy little legs, but he's supposed to have stumpy legs. Yeah, he's quite good as well. To be honest with you, he's pretty cool. Just straighten that out. Little Decepticon symbol on his fake windscreen, which actually ends up there. But whatever. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that when I could have just done that. You know what? Overcomplicating things, because why not? So yeah, that leg's bent. Just don't think he's lopsided. That leg's more bent than the other one. There you go. Yeah, they're quite cool. I'll be honest with you, I was really surprised to find them. I picked him up because I thought, of the ones that were there was the Blizzard, Drift, which I've got Drift, I don't need a blue version. And there was a blue Optimus. I don't think it's an Ultra Magnus, it's just a blue one. And I was like, I've already got Optimus, I don't want a blue one. Why do I just want them all in blue? So I grabbed him first, and then a couple of hours later I was like, yeah, you know what? And I went back and got him, because waste money, why not? But yeah, these guys, I mean, it's great getting Overload and Fracture and things like that, but these guys were like, I don't know, they feel more in line with the actual show because they're actually animal-type Transformers. That's the one thing about the Decepticons I quite liked. They were like robots, but they had slightly animal themes, like a deer or something, and a porcupine, and a wolf. You know, it's like these are actually in the show. I'm not sure if he's actually teamed up with them, but he's in the show with them. You know, you get these guys. And then you can throw in Fracture if you like. So Fracture in the back there. And Overload, because Overload can be in there now because he's actually in the show and he's cool and he's got mini-cons. Even though you can't really see him behind anyone's shoulders. Because your shoulders are enormous. Let's show him there. Hello! You can't see him, but hello! And then just because he's evil and he turns up at one point, we'll slide Megatronus in the background. So yeah, my Decepticons now actually look like a decent unit rather than just a couple of random guys. Because these three tie together beautifully. And Fracture is actually in the team. And I haven't seen the series where Overload actually turns up. I've seen clips, but I haven't seen the series. So, if you want to be really, really silly about it, I've got it called Baby Underbite, because they haven't yet done a warrior version of him, and I don't like them to play. So yeah, Decepticons! Hooray! I'm actually depressingly thrilled to have this set now. I don't know why. You know what, I'll throw a little baby Thundy in as well. I don't know. I'm really, 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 really happy to have these two guys. So we'll move all these guys to the background, just, you know, stop stealing their thunder. Little Undy, go over there. Go on, Mr. Bite. But yeah, they're really cool. I'll give you that. They are really cool. What more do you want? This gun alone. And that's one thing I've picked up with these two. I don't know if it's the later releases of these figures. But one thing I noticed from the Autobots is they're all, apart from Strong Arm, they've all got swords or an axe. So yeah, they're all close range weapons. And I was like, why don't you just have guns? Just have guns, you'd win, because they can't get near you. You can just shoot them. Gun, 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 gun. Not so much in the way of gun. But still, you know, have guns. That's why guns were invented, so you could kill swordsmen before they even get to you. That was kind of the point. I don't know. But I don't know. And another thing for Little Thundy here. Well, Big Thundy. Little Thundy's over there. Little Thundy. Big Thundy. We do the weapon storage, because you can. The little exhausts are on his arms. And tell me that isn't, like, you know, G1 Hot Rod. Tell me that's not a little machine gun. Because it's on both, yeah? Sorry, just my imagination getting away with it for self, but, you know, that's kind of what you're supposed to do, really, when you're not as old as me. Anyway, so yeah, these guys, Asda, which is paired with Walmart, Asda in the UK, I found them. They're great, to be fair. I'm actually really pleased. I mean, I didn't think I'd like him, but he's completely grown on me. And he's just great, like he always should have been. So, yeah. I hope you guys find these that you're looking for. If you want the repaints of Drift and Optimus, you can. But there seems to be just one random box of these, and I grabbed both of them. I didn't see any of the others. Like, I didn't see multiples of these two, so... Happy hunting, boys and girls. So, on that note... I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and hopefully you will have more luck finding things, and I'll be back with the KO I should have been doing now next time. Doodles!